Okay, so I have a lot of my custom settings saved to the U2 option on the command dial, or whatever this dial is called. And that includes back button focusing. And I realized probably about a week ago that something wasn't working the way I think it should. So let me show you that I have back button focusing activated. And you can see that it's AF on here, which means that my focus is now connected to this button and not the shutter button. So I'm going to put the camera in live view so you can see that it's working the way intended. If I hold down the back button, the AF on in this case, because I've programmed it to do that, that's where my focusing is, not the shutter button. So I'm going to do a half press and you can hear that there's no focusing trying to happen with the half press of the shutter. It's solely on the back button. And you can hear that as well as see it in the live view. But now, what if I wanted to switch out of back button focusing? So I'm going to go back to the button assignment menu option. And I'm going to change it to the default, which is the AEAF lock. So now what should happen is focusing should go back to normal. It should no longer be on the back button. It should be on the half press of the shutter. So I'm going to go back to live view and I'm going to go hold down back button. Nothing's happening there. So what should happen is I should be able to activate the autofocus by holding down the shutter, the half press of the shutter. I'm doing that. I'm pressing the button and there's no focusing trying to be achieved. I haven't changed any other switch. The only thing I've done is removed the focusing from the AF on. So it should go back to the half press of the shutter and it's not. Now the only way for me to initiate focusing is to go back and turn AF on back on. But what if I didn't want to use back button focusing anymore? What if I wanted to put back my focus to the half press of the shutter? It's not worked. So the only thing that has worked for me to set it back to the shutter is to reset the camera back to defaults. And I don't understand why that's happening in this case.